Broducers, it's Özgün here. In this tutorial, I'm gonna test and try several free VST plugins so you don't have to. We are gonna be checking some compressors, some clippers, some delay, some FX plugins, some gator plugins, and also some saturators. So yeah, we have plenty of the plugins to test it out, and if you're ready, let's get into that tutorial. So I prepared this demo track for you, and we are gonna demonstrate and try all the plugins, all the free VSTs top of this project. First, I like to play the track for you. So yeah, the demo track sounds like that, and I create this demo track by using the sounds from Production Music Live TECHNO Bunker Pack. So if you like to check it out, I'm gonna put the link in the description, and also you are going to find all the free VST links, all the useful links in the description. So yeah, the first plugin I like to try is Diablo Lite. This plugin is a light version, a demo version, but it's totally free, like there are one paid version. And I was testing the light version for several of days, and I think it's a really nice plugin. So there are only two knobs. One is the punch knob and one is the clip mode, and you can choose, do you want hard clip or soft clip? Both is going to be effect different. And yeah, we have the input gain, we have the output gain, and we have the drive at knob. It's really simple because it's the light version. So the plugin is from Semantics. You probably know the company, and they say the light version is only the 10% usage of the full version. What this plugin does is, as far as I experience, if you just put it on a drum, such as a kick, such as 808, such as maybe snares, or even a drum group, it can shape the signal, and it's just adding a really perfect taste clipping distortion, which I'm gonna demonstrate it for you. So let me solo my kick and bass. So it sounds like that without the plugin. And I load the plugin inside of the kick channel, and now we are going to add some punch to the kick. So it's distorting at first, but then we are going to lower the mix. By the way, you can lower the input too. And if you check the oscilloscope in the right bottom, you can see like it's adding some click and some of the mid frequencies. But the way I like to use it is like that. I give the punch somewhere around here with like full input gain. And also I like to put it on the soft clip mode, and let's boost it a little bit. And if you check the waveform, when we are applying clipping, the signal is just becoming really big, like really distorted, and it's covering much more space, like before using the plugin and after using the plugin. So we are getting the perfect big room techno kick, This plugin is just making the job so much easier. So the way I like to use it, lower the mix knob. Until I get some sweet spot, which my kick is still sound like a kick without that much distortion. But still, I'm just making my drive at till I get a really fat, really powerful kick drum. So just let me compare it again. And if you check the meter in here, we are almost getting no gain or volume change. So which means this plugin is just doing the job without tricking our ears, but by giving some volume, you know. If the sound is a bit louder than before, our ears and our brain is tend to get tricked by the volume change. If you just compare it without the volume change, if you try to keep the volume at same, which is currently right now, you can only hear the effect and the magic that plugin applies to the sound. And now, if I play it with the bass, everything is going to be much more fatter. Because remember, in electronic music, the kick should and always will be the king, the main element in the track. So that's why if you are making a track, you should make sure you are giving enough attention to the kick, giving the kick the king role of the track. Yeah, like it's making a total difference. So maybe we can listen it in the context. So as far as my experience, the hard clip mode, I kinda don't like it, too, personally. In the soft clip, we are getting a really nice character, but in the hard clip, I just don't like how the distortion adding up to the sound. So probably my way to go on this plugin, giving some punch, giving some soft clip, and just mix it as a real sweet spot until I get the perfect kick drum. So yeah, I think I can give this plugin 4 out of 5. If the hard clip mode is easier to use as the soft clip, it could get a 5-star from me, but yeah, 4 stars goes to this plugin. Okay, I'm gonna keep the Diablo on my kick, and the next plugin I'm gonna test is the Saturator from Bedroom Producers blog. So I just recently found this website, and there are several free plugins on various of categories. And one of the plugins was this just very basic, very minimalistic saturator. So if you are using a Camel Crusher or maybe the Fruity Blood Overdrive, like you know, I'm just giving some saturation before I start processing my most of the synths. And this plugin is kind of doing the same job. It has 2 different saturation modes, one of the tube distortion, one of the tape distortion or saturation, I'm not even sure. And we have a high pass, a low pass. They are pretty basic. And also this plugin got the 4K resolution support. You can just make it really wide, really big. And we have the input gain and we have the output gain. So that's basic stuff you have. Let's test the plugin on the arpeggiator and you are going to see how it works. Let me activate the plugin. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't have the auto gain. So if you are boosting the parameters, you should check the meter and lower the output gain because again, we just talk about it, right? The loudness volume is going to trick your ear. Always try to gain match and like try to get the equal volume before and after applying the saturation. So you can only hear the difference, only hear the magic that Saturator plugin adds to your sound. So I was at -8, so I'm just trying to reach the -8 after I'm applying the saturation bands. So probably I would leave it like that, and I like to test it inside of the track. So yeah, it's just making the sound a little bit bigger, but if I just give too much tube or tape distortion or saturation, it's kind of just giving too much distortion on the top end. It's not happening on Camel Crusher, right? If I just put the British Clean preset, it's just saturate the sound, makes it more crisp, but also it's not killing or distorting that much as this plugin does. So probably it's a nice plugin to test it out, but still like not more than 10 or 15% is sound good in my opinion. I wish it has the auto gain feature, so that's why you could try the plugin, but my point for the plugin is 3. It could be 4 if it has the auto gain option. But as it is, it requires a little bit too much tweaking to find the best sweet spot for the sound. And that's why, yeah, I think if you get used to the plugin, it could work. It could be really useful on your production. So my point is 3. Now we can get to the next plugin. The next plugin we are going to test is Deelay. It's from Sixth Sample company. And I think this amazing, amazing parameters and tons of things that you can do with the plugin. So we are going to test the delay again on the synth, again on the ARP, because it's gonna make more sense if we do that. But first, let's make sure the ARP preset doesn't have any delay on it. So let me test maybe the initial preset first. Okay, that was kind of experimental. Let's go to some presets in here. Maybe we can try the white. So yeah, I think in the presets, the numbers you see, like the delay timings, it's, I think, amazing feature. So you know which preset got which delay timing initially inside of it. So if I go choose 8, I know it's just hitting the 8 notes. Let me give it more volume. Tons of different parameters in here. You can choose the delay timing in here, and also you can go like millisecond mode in here. In the normal sync mode, you can just choose the note length. You can go triplets, you can go dot. For example, I like to go dot 1/8 for most of my arpeggiators. So you can choose a preset and just tweak it because it's kind of easy. Don't be afraid of that much knobs. It's just really straightforward to understand. We have the duck button in here. It's amazing because we usually just set up a sidechain for the channel for my delay and reverb. But in the plugin itself, you already have that option. If you put the duck, it's going to sidechain the original dry signal with the wet reverb signal. So you are going to get much more cleaner reverb. And also if you put it, the reverb is going to mono. It's going to be hit in the center. And it's really useful for making some sound design. If you put it like that, it's going to be stereo. If you activate the pin pawn in here, it's going to be pin pawn. If you don't activate it, it's going to be stereo. So we have the low cut and high cut for the delay itself. We have some distortion options and we have some diffusion amount, and you can just control the diffusion quality in here. Maybe when you are producing, you don't need to occupy that much CPU by the delay. You can just put the diffusion quality to low until you render it, And as I know, when you render, there's some options, high quality for all plugins. If you choose that, the lower diffusion value is not going to be applied. So you can put the diffusion quality to minimum while you are producing to have some more CPU power. But in the end, when you click high quality for all plugins, the diffusion quality be going to be maximum when you render the track. So you don't need to switch it all the time when you are rendering the track. So we have the feedback in here, which determines how long the wet signal, the delay signal is going to be take. And also the spread makes how wide you like it. So yeah, it's really easy to use. And as you see, like you have several different delay modes in here and also several different distortion modes. So let's test these parameters. And also it can be used as a reverb plugin. It has a reverb presets in here. So and also we have the randomize button. All the time you click it, all the parameters are getting randomized. So it's best for sound designing. You can just randomize it and test it out. Don't like it? It's really weird, really interesting. Let's go for more. So it's always good to experiment, and I think this plugin got 5 of 5 stars from me because it's as good as a paid delay plugin. And probably it offers much more specifications, much more things to you. And if I were you, I will definitely test this plugin out. So yeah, let's put it on some regular reverb preset. Maybe the dreamy one again. I really enjoyed this one. And okay, we can keep this one on the synth and go to the next plugin. Next plugin is Finisher Micro from UJam. This is again a sound design plugin, and I really enjoyed how it works because again that plugin is so simple to use. So let's activate it. Maybe I can disable the reverb for now. So there are one intensity knob like that. It like works like the sound goodizer or kind of like Tikify. You got one button and it's just doing so much job. And you have input and output gain in here if you like to gain match it. And also when you click here, you see several different options, several different modes that this one micro knob can do. So the infinity one, the first preset, is my favorite because it's just creating a really unique FX on every sound. You can use it on even the master for automation purposes, of course. So let me test it for you. So it's just creating several effects in the background, and with one knob you can automate all of the infinity preset. So let's test it inside of the track. So the ARP is filtering in this section. Just automate it in here. That's really nice, and just see when I activate the delay after it, or you can even activate some reverb, then this plugin is going to glue with the rest of the track much more better. Let's test it. So maybe I can show you the other modes that plugin offers. And even let's try this on the master. Let me deactivate it from here. So this plugin is really easy to use. As you see, you just choose one of the modes and then just automate only one knob. And it's offering tons of different effects. You can automate your stuff very easily and you are going to get a very unique, very creative sound. So my point for this plugin is again 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, let's go to the next plugin. So the next plugin is again a tube saturator. It's kind of like the bedroom Broducers block saturator, and I think it's kind of more analogy in terms of sounding. Let me activate it for you. Again, I'm gonna use it on my synth, and you can use it on most of the situations. There are one input knob, one output knob, one dry wet knob. And currently, like the default settings are like using at parallel mode, it's 50-50, and also the dry is on the half. So it's just pretty basic plugin. Let me turn it on for you. So as you see, when I put it on no drive and full dry, it's just not affecting anything. But when you just give it a bit dry wet and a bit of drive, the sound is instantly become so much bigger, so much rich in terms of spectrum. And there are some modes in here. You can activate the amp distortion or you can activate the hard distortion mode. And again, this plugin is really subtle. It's not affecting the main vibe of the sound. It's just making it so much better, I think. So let's test it inside of the full context. So yeah, we don't even need to talk that much about the plugin. I think Tal-Tube is a way to go tube saturator. Definitely recommend to try this plugin. It's not offering that much features, but I think it can be a replacement for Camel Crusher, for Blood Overdrive. It's just as simple as they are. You can just give dry and give some dry wet knob. You can find a sweet spot very easily, very fastly. And you can choose 2 of the different saturation modes in here. And I think it's better than the bedroom producers block saturator, it's not affecting the sound that much in a bad way, you know? It's not adding that much weird artifacts that I need to deal. I can just put it on the sound and the sound is going much more bigger, much more fatter. So it's not offering that much variety of features, but again, it just deserves at least 4 stars out of 5. So yeah, my point is for this plugin is 4 stars. You should definitely try that one as well. Next plugin I like to test is this Upstereo. It's from Quick Quack, something like that. The correct naming is going to be on the description. So this is again a really straightforward plugin. So you have bypass or activate button in here. This plugin is making the sound wider and there are several distortion modes in here, I think, some algorithm. But let's keep it on none for now. Let's not touch the gain. So this is only one knob to tweak. If it's on 50%, probably the sound should stay same. Yes, it's the bypass. It's not working right now. Let's give it some whitening. So I think when the screen of the plugin becomes red, which means we are clipping and we should be lowering the gain. And if I put it like that, it's going to be mono. Plugin is also really easy to use. Let me try some shape in here. I really like the air and the bass knobs in here, which adding some low or high frequencies to the sound. And also the shape is kinda good, like the loud one, making the sound pretty much better. Let's test it on the full mix. So yeah, this plugin is really easy to use and probably won't use it more than 70%, let's say. It's just making it too wide, too weird wide. If you use it on, you know, subtle parameters, I think that plugin is worth to try. And it could be one of the alternate ways to making a sound wider. Because sometimes when you are working on the track, should use different plugins, different stereo widening effects. So sometimes I use Haas effect, sometimes I use stereo enhancer, you know, sometimes S1 imager from Waves, and maybe sometimes I can use Upstereo because every stereo separation plugin affects differently in terms of algorithms. So yeah, I don't like to stick to the one plugin all the time to get more richer sound in the tracks, and I recommend you to try Upstereo as well. So my point for this plugin is 4 stars. Yeah, let's say 4 stars for that one. So the next plugin I like to test is the Gatelab. I find this plugin when I was searching for some gross beat alternatives while I wasn't have the full version of FL Studio. I didn't have gross beat back then. And I wanted to have some, you know, Gator plugin that offers many features. And I just find this plugin and it amazingly offers so much features. So the main feature of this plugin is when you click the middle green button in here, it's going to give you a total random gate preset, which is like separated to left and right speakers. So it's a stereo gate plugin. You can make it mono as well, but if you make it stereo, the left and right gate is going to be different like that. And it's going to add a really cool sound design for you. Let me try the plugin maybe just before the delay. EQ is really easy to use. You can just randomize it, and even if you want, you can just tweak it. So this knob determines the length, this knob determines the note length, and I think there are some cool knobs again, like this is the dry wet knob. So this is the shuffle, and this one is how smooth you like it. It's kind of fade in, fade out, but if you leave it like that, it's going to cut the sound more sharp. And also you can choose flow mode. It's like without it, it's like full power, but with the second mode in here, all the gates are going to be like full volume or no volume. But if you use it as the first mode, they are going to be changed in terms of volume as well, and you can create a real nice groove. And you can choose the complexity level in here. If you push it, if you leave it in the first mode, it's going to be much more simpler. If you put it on maximum, it's going to be so much complex. So yeah, I think the Gatelab is amazing gator plugin, and it offers so many different features. And my point for this plugin is definitely 5 out of 5 stars. You should definitely check it out. And the last plugin is going to be Rough Rider by Audio Damage. This plugin is a really nice compressor, and you can use it on many places. It's pretty basic, pretty easy to use. So you have the ratio button in here. Currently I'm putting it on my master channel. So if you put it on full bandwidth, it's going to apply the full sound, but you can also like apply it as a sidechain compressor. If you activate the external sidechain in here and go to the processing and choose one of the sidechain channels route to here, you can use it as a sidechain compressor too. Right now let's deactivate it and use it as a regular compressor. It sounds kind of analogy. You can really use it for gluing your track or volume up your master. All you gotta do is this sensitivity node is kind of like threshold. All you gotta do is just give it a bit of threshold. Let me deactivate the gate for you. Let's say we compress the sound this much. All I'm gonna do is give some makeup until I gain match. It's really easy to use like that. You can use it as a New York parallel compression technique. It has a dry wet knob inside of it. You have input and output gain as always, and you have attack and release settings. So let's say if we like to use it as a glue compressor, I could give the attack like to 1, maybe release to somewhere around 100. Could get just a little bit gain reduction. And probably I will put some clipper after my compressor. So yeah, this could be a really easy way to master your tracks. So yeah, I wish we could literally see the gain reduction level, like how much compressor is ducking the volume. So the makeup gain that I would add would be much more easier to understand. But instead they give this visual. It's good, but I think it's not enough. So yeah, like if you like to experiment on some different compressor, this is a really good free plugin, as good as a paid one. I would recommend you to try it, but it's not offering that much amazing or different features. That's why my point for this plugin is is 3 out of 5. So yeah, it's worth to check it out. Why not? And before I end the video, probably if you are checking my channel for a long time, this is the bonus plugin for you. Like this FreeClip is one of the best clippers I have ever used. It's from Van Audio. It's totally free. And all you gotta do is like that. If you like to clip some sound, you can clip your drums most of the time. You can just put the ceiling in here and the plugin is going to do the job for you. In here, you got different clipping modes, and 99% I'm using it on hard clip to oversampling to maximum if you like to hear it in the most quality. And the way I use FreeClip is put it on master or put it on, for example, kick bass bass. Let's deactivate it from here and copy paste it to the kick bass bass. So my kick and bass routing to the same group. And I usually do like that. I put a clipper, put it on hard clip mode, put it on oversampling to maximum. I'm not even doing any top ceiling. It's just as it is. And all I do is give some input gain until it distorts. So let's test it out. So it's like, since our kick and bass are pretty loud, 1.2 dB is kind of like the maximum that we can give without distorting the sound, but that's totally enough. Like if you clip your kick and bass like that, when you are mastering the track, you are not going to work on the transients. It's going to be handled by the clipper that you add to the kick bass bass. And also like you can use this FreeClip on vocals or synths, like the end of the chain, to make the chain so much louder, and it can glue every effects that you add to the channel. Or you can use it on the drum bass. You can just clip the transients of the drums so you get more control on them. And also when you are master the track, the mastering limiter, compressor, maximizer, whatever you're using, won't need to handle the clips that your drums is going to bring. So my point for FreeClip from Van Audio is like 10 out of 5. This is the best free plugin that you can find in these days. So yeah guys, today we tried several free plugins. So as I said, all the useful links, all the download links from all the plugins in the description. I hope you can apply this to your own productions too. Thanks for watching guys. See you on the next video. Bye bye.